Welcome back to Adventures of, and the reason that I say just Adventures of is because I am actually going to be doing something different. This has been a long time since I have posted any new videos. There's several reasons for that. I wanted to take some time to focus in on what I want to do with these videos and what the goal is for all of you guys. I've had some people say that they didn't really know what the focus was of these videos, and so I found out what I really want to focus in on. Of course, I'm still going to be talking about God because God is the biggest thing in my life. He's a part of everything no matter what I'm doing, so I'm going to put God into all aspects of these videos in any way that I can, any way that I see God working and moving through my life. I'm still single, but this isn't going to focus on just that. I want to take in just all sorts of adventures, all aspects of life, all the good things. To me, one of the best things that I have found for myself is that I love traveling. I love going and seeing new places, all these beautiful things that God has created. I really want to focus in on my landscape photography, so that is one of the pushes to do videos in that direction. Another area that I'm going to focus in on is photography tips. Through these videos, through my travel vlogs, everything that I'm going to be doing with these videos, I'm also going to throw in photography tips. And this can really benefit anybody who is even slightly remotely interested in landscape photography, even portrait photography. I'm going to add in some of these things that I'm going to do because through my hiatus from video, I have realized many different things that I want to do with my life, and one of them is focusing on wedding photography. With wedding photography, I'm hoping to travel more, do weddings in other locations. Really, I'm going to be focusing in on everything that has to do with travel vlog and photography tips, and Christian life, because that is most important to me and I want to share that with all of you. So, some of my plans for traveling, we have one trip that we have kind of been planning for the past year that we didn't get to last year. We really want to see about getting to this year. I'm not going to give everything away now, but I am going to elaborate on this a little bit more as time goes on, because I want to share with you some of the tips about traveling too, and what I have to do to prepare for traveling, especially as a landscape photographer. Of course, we're probably going to have to stay pretty close for now, but there are so many different places around Arizona that are so beautiful that I really would love to share with everybody, because I think a lot of people think of Arizona and they think of desert, especially where we live in Lake Havasu. You drive 2 hours away, you have Vegas. You drive 3 hours away, you have Williams and Flagstaff, that is forest. You drive, I don't know, 5 hours away, you have Tucson. There's a bunch of different places that have really different looks, and that's not even touching on Utah that isn't that far away. And we'll be focusing on even closer spots, even places really close to Havasu. The most recent one that I'm going to share is the adventure to right outside of town. I know, not that far, but the reason that I want to share this adventure is because as a Christian studies major, it is super cool for me that the Bethlehem Star of Bethlehem, Christmas star, whatever you want to call it, is supposed to be visible on Monday the 21st. This only happens every 800 years. So this is very exciting for me. As a landscape photographer, this is actually something that I've picked up on, is to get star photos. You want to go somewhere where there's not a lot of ambient light from city, because you want those stars to pop, not the light in the sky. So I'm in a group of astrophotographers, and some of them have mentioned that the star is going to be southwest. So I know in what general direction I need to go for this, but I want to do some scouting to make sure that we can get a spot that we can maybe put out some chairs and look at the star as the sun goes down. The best visibility is supposed to be about an hour after sunset. In fact, right now you can actually see Jupiter and Saturn starting to come together if you look in the sky. The two planets will be really close to each other, and those are them starting to come together in alignment. So that's pretty exciting, and it will help when I go later to check out a spot. Now, I am a family person, and considering my family has just moved here from Florida, my aunt and 5 of her kids, my plan is to hopefully get them to come along with, and maybe we could have a bonfire and food and maybe s'mores or just marshmallows, however you want to eat s'mores. So I'm hopefully going to be talking them into it. So tonight I'm going to plan on going out and seeing where in the desert we might be able to do a bonfire. Okay, so I was going to go out to the desert to see where we could do a bonfire, but my cousin Keziah, love her to pieces, she's coming into town for Christmas and I'm really excited. So we might do something with her that night. We also found out that where the star is going to be located, or the alignment is going to be located, is going to be more accurately across the lakes. So we're going to go out to the island, which is, I'm not even going to try to explain that. So instead we're going to go out to the island and see what it looks like out there. But first, of course, we need our coffee. So there's this really nice restaurant out on the island called Boathouse Grill. I'm going to see if my family would want to go there that night when my cousin gets in town, and they have this awesome patio seating. And actually, I can see Jupiter and Saturn right now coming closer together. Pretty cool. So the change between what we're wanting to do and going from the desert to, we talked about doing at Rotary, a park, and now checking out the Boathouse Grill, that is pretty common with photos, just making sure that we're going to be in the right spot. After some research, it turned out that I wanted to look at somewhere else and what works with our plans with the family coming into town. We'll see how it looks. Okay, so we're at the Boathouse Grill, and I was looking to see where the planets are going to be aligning, and it looks like they're going to be perfect, and the patio, you can see it just right. Take a look at this. So those are Jupiter and Saturn right there, and this is the patio for Boathouse Grill. This is a beautiful patio, nice little fire, and you can still see the stars right up there. It's really looking like this will be an ideal spot, so I'm going to talk to my family and see if they want to do that. Fingers crossed, it'll all work out. Such is life, the Boathouse Grill actually won't work. My family is actually going to just do hot dogs and s'mores at my Aunt Linda's house. What we're going to do is go out to a lighthouse on the island, get some photos. We'll see how it works out. I don't know that I have the right lenses for it, but I really want to try, especially because it only happens like 800 years that it's this close. So we're going to go see how this comes out. star, Star of Bethlehem, Christmas star, whatever you want to call it. And it was not what I expected, just because there's so much that shows it huge and grand, but it is definitely the brightest star in the sky. It made for some really cool pictures, especially with how it came out on my camera. So here are some of the photos that I took. Still waiting to see if it's going to get any brighter, if they get even closer, because some people were saying that it still has to touch or merge. So I'm going to keep my eye on it when I'm at my Aunt Linda's house. I'm really interested to see if it's going to get any brighter or if that's what it is. Either way, it's really cool because it only happens every 800 years that it's this close and it's this bright. I think that's pretty awesome that we get to see that in our day and age. So my plans definitely did not turn out the way that I expected them to. Overall, it was not a bad night. I really enjoyed getting to see the star where I saw it out on the island, and I'm really glad that I got some pictures of it. I ended up only showing one because that one was my favorite, and there wasn't much else to show with the same scenery and pictures. So I just kind of put the one on there and let it be for that, but I'm really happy with the one picture that I got. We ended up not going to my aunt's house after we went and took pictures of the star. We were on our way there and we got a call, and they said that one of my cousins wasn't feeling well, and with all the moving and stuff, we figured that it was already getting late, so we just went home. It's really funny to see how much my plans changed from the beginning and what I wanted to do to what we ended up doing. It really isn't that strange for me though, because a lot of times when you're dealing with nature, other people in your family, other things in life, a lot of times that's what's going to come up. This is real life. This is the hard truth that sometimes your plans just do not go the way that you want them to, and you have to figure out a way to roll with the punches. I'm very grateful though that God blessed us with a beautiful night, clear skies, because I saw a lot of people who couldn't see the merging, couldn't see the star because of clouds. So that's one thing that is very nice about living in a desert, because there were completely clear skies. So to wrap it up, not everything happened the way that I planned it to happen. Ultimately, I'm really happy with what went down. I'm really happy with the picture that I got. No matter what, we made it a great night, and I'm glad that I got to share it with all of you. So in future videos, I'm going to hopefully not do as much talking, as much explaining. I want to be able to show you landscapes, a bunch of other things, so I won't babble on as much. Ultimately, I'm so glad that I got to see the Bethlehem star, and I still can't believe that it happened in my lifetime that I got to witness that. I'm really glad that I could bring all of you along on this adventure, and I have some other things planned for the future that I'm really excited to share with you. My next video is actually going to be right after I finish this one. I got a Christmas present that is going to be contributing to these videos, and it's going to be something really fun and a really neat option to share with everybody. So I'm going to do an unboxing right after this because I cannot wait to take it out of the box. So stay tuned for my next episode and more adventures to come. I'd love to hear if you got to see the star somewhere, or if you've seen pictures, what you thought of it down in the comments below, and any adventures that you would like to see me go on. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and I'd really love to see you around again in the comments, so hit that subscribe button and turn on the little notifications to get notified when I post a new video. Until next time, much love.